Hello and welcome back to Unstuck and Fucking Fabulous, the podcast for ambitious women ready to ditch doubt, get out of their way, and create a life that feels bold, beautiful, and fully aligned. I'm your host, Irene Lidvall, confidence and mindset coach, entrepreneur, and founder of Secret to Women's Success. So today in episode number 47, I want to talk about February, not the fluffy pink hearts everywhere version of February, but the grown woman, her February. The grown woman that you are, you know, the kind that quietly asks one powerful question: where is your attention leaking? And why are you letting it? Now, that's a quite interesting question because we scatter our attention quite a lot because we multitask a lot. Because here's the truth, my darling. No one taught us when we were growing up that your attention isn't something that happens to you. It's not random. It's not just how you are. And it's definitely not meant to be available to everyone with an opinion, even if you have one or you don't have one, because your attention is the most valuable currency you have. It's more valuable than money, and it's more valuable than time, because wherever your attention goes, your life follows. So, where do you put your attention? Look at your life and you will figure it out. Because most women are broke in attention, but exhausted from spending it everywhere and for everyone. You know what? I'm guilty. Scrolling, second guessing, replaying conversations, overthinking decisions you already made, and starting over again and again and again because you don't trust yourself yet. Because this month isn't about becoming more disciplined or more productive or fixing yourself. February is about remembering who you are when you're not distracted by who you're trying to be for everyone else. I say that again. Remembering who you are when you are not distracted by who you are trying to be for everyone else, but not for you. So let's talk about style for a moment. Not clothes, although we'll get there one day, but I'm talking about inner style. A woman with style, she doesn't rush, she doesn't chase, she doesn't explain herself into exhaustion, even if having children might make you do that. But she knows that confidence is not loud. It's undistracted. And here's where it gets uncomfortable. A scattered woman leaks power. A focused woman radiates it. And I will take the opportunity to talk to you about what happens to you in your brain when your attention is split, your energy is split. And when you can't focus on one thing, or you don't really know what it is that you want to do, or you have two contradicting opinions, your mind is not going to try to help you solve that riddle. It is going to keep you in mud, because if you are not clear, you will end up in mud. Because, like I said, when your attention is split, your energy is split. And when your energy is split, your self-image takes a hit. That's when you start asking, was that the right choice? Should I have said that differently? What if I fail again? What will they think? Oh dear. What will the Joneses think if you don't keep up with them? Well, Boo-hoo that. Second guessing isn't a personality trait, is it? It's a symptom of giving your attention to too many voices that doesn't deserve a seat at your table or in your head. So try to get clear. So let's talk about overwhelm. Because overwhelm isn't because you are doing too much. It's because you're holding too much that isn't yours. Too many opinions, too many shoulds. Other people's expectations, other people's timelines, other people's definitions of success, beauty, worth, and stability. And you get so overwhelmed because you've been living in reaction mode instead of intention mode. And intention requires focus. And if you can't focus on what you really want, as I said, you get mud. Because focus requires boundaries. So set your boundaries. Because boundaries requires self-trust. And if you have self-trust, you don't give a damn about what other people think. Because you believe in you. You believe that you are on the right track. And you know that, yes, I can make mistakes, but I can then rectify them. So do you see how it all connects? Stop giving a damn what other people think of you or what you should be doing. You should be doing all over yourself. So here's another big one. It's approval. Whew, yeah, this one runs deep because approval is expensive. I think I've spoken about this before because not only is it expensive, but it costs your voice. It costs your instincts, your originality, and your edge. Because when you live for approval, your attention is always out there, watching, waiting, and adjusting. Oh, what will the Joneses think? No, I can't do that. So what will they think of me? But you know what? Give that up and trust yourself. You know, even when you do something and then you hover and think, oh, did I do the right thing? And many times, not only you, but most of us, we say yes when we actually would like to say no. But we say yes because we are very nice people, right? Not nice. Not nice. Kind. So we then soften the truth so it is easier to swallow. But it isn't really, because very slowly and very quietly, you abandon yourself. And before you know it, she's gone. And then the blame game starts. You blame your partner, your children, your boss, your everything but yourself. But who is in charge of you? But you. Because the woman you are becoming does not split her energy like this. So you heard me. Stop it. The woman you are becoming, she understands something really vital. Attention is self-respect in action. And let's talk about lack as while we're at it. This is not gloom and doom. This is a grown woman in February. Lack isn't just about money, honey. It's about mindset, posture, and presence. Because lack says, there's not enough time. I'm already behind. Someone else is doing it better. Comparing myself to others. I need more before I start. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough knowledge. I don't have enough credentials. I need to take another course. Right? No, stop it. Because abundance begins with attention management. And what did I say? Get clarity. And you won't end up in mud. When you stop feeding lack with your focus, it starves. And everything that you stop feeding starves. Because when you stop rehearsing scarcity, you actually stop embodying it. Because you know that you do become what you think. You don't rise into abundance by hustling harder. You rise by choosing what and who deserves access to you. So here's the reframe for your February. This is not the month for perfection. This is the month of selection. Selection of choosing what you want to consume and what you entertain and what you tolerate and what you give your energy to. You don't need a new life. What you need is more intentional relationship with the one you already have. Your relationship to you. And yes, you may have to start over again, but that's okay because there's only one of you. And that's not failure. That is refinement. Because a woman who trusts herself is not afraid to pivot or start over. She doesn't dramatize it. She doesn't shame herself. She simply reassigns and keep doing. How? With elegance. So this February, ask yourself daily, does this deserve my attention? Is this aligned with the woman I'm becoming? Am I focusing from fear or from self-respect? And self-respect is really important. Even, you know what? When you are afraid of doing something, that is an indication that you should be doing it. Because that is when you start growing. And when we were children, we were afraid of doing something, but, we were encouraged to do it. And when we did what we were really afraid of doing, and we were capable, we became so proud of ourselves. And I want you to remember that. Go back to that little kid that did stuff, even though it was full of fear. It did it anyhow. And that's how we learn. And we learn everything from self-respect. Because the woman you are becoming, she doesn't multitask her worth. She doesn't dilute her energy. She doesn't chase clarity. And clarity is important. You know that. Without it, you get mud. So let's start to create it. Because protect your attention like the asset it is. And in doing so, she reclaims her confidence, her style, her self-image, and finally, her life. So welcome to Undistracted Life. Honey, it looks very good on you. And that's all from me for now. And, if this has triggered something in you, or if somebody you know that needs to hear this, share it and spread it around with your friends. I would appreciate it very much. And don't forget to hit like. And I'll be back.